Hello, Super Nerd friends, it's Friday and this is Becky. And that's all the introduction I have. I'm going to move on and share with you the quote of the day, which I don't usually do, but it's by Genghis Khan and it made me think about some things. It is, "The merit of an action lies in finishing it to the end," and that made me think about lots of things, but mostly I'm horrible at finishing things. I love starting them, but I'm really bad at finishing them. And somehow that's slightly related to me and my sister being very, very different people in many ways. And let me say about that, if I ever have a family, know that it will be an extremely spectacular, improbable, I'm not sure the word I should use here, but meaningful, no. Just know the significance of that, because right now I really don't ever want one. And baking in this house is always a dangerous task. Anyway, speaking of differences, Haley, you mentioned how people domesticated horses, which is an interesting question, but I guess almost as interesting, or more so, is how and why we domesticated cats. I mean, dogs and horses are useful, but cats, why would we ever? I have no idea. And on that subject, now that we have a small cat and dog in the house, I've been noticing the many differences between cats and dogs. I think cats are rather like Professor Moriarty. And they're very calm and calculating in their evil ways, whereas dogs are like Sebastian Moran. They are just they just kind of destroy things for the sake of destroying them. They have no plans. Anyway, those are kind of things I've been thinking about this week. Other things that have been happening this week are in music. I'm loving Bruises by Train right now. I sent that song to Alexis when she was in fencing and she got very bruised in her fencing class, and so I sent that song to her, and now I really love that song. And also Everybody Talks by Neon Trees. I'm loving that song. Also, Maroon 5 has a new song out. It's very poppy, perhaps even more so than Payphone. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I love Adam Levine's voice, so it's called One More Night. Moving on to probability, because you guys have been talking about that. I'll just add my 2 cents, and I don't know how related this is, but it's something that I came upon a little while ago. Very improbable things happen every day, but we don't notice them because they happen all the time. Like, and it doesn't mean anything to notice the improbability after it's happened. So, say, yesterday I saw the license plate ARW437. What are the odds that I would see that license plate ever in my life? And yesterday that I saw, it's a huge coincidence, right? But it doesn't mean anything to me because it's already happened, and that number has no significance to me anyways, right? But if I were to say beforehand, like, oh, there's this license plate that I want to see sometime in my life, like LGN829, I will probably never see that license plate in my life. So now, if I were to ever see it, it would actually mean something, but saying that you see that saying it after the fact, it doesn't. And so that's what I thought of when we were talking about the probability of us becoming friends. I'm not sure how related that is. My thoughts are kind of scattered on that, and I can't articulate them very well, but that's what I thought of. If that's confusing, it probably is. I found it on a physics forum, again, so maybe I can direct you there and it will make more sense. Anyway, Alexis, your wording on your video, Friends and Destiny, reminds me of the song from Wicked, For Good, which is, I don't know, it's a sad, good song that my neighbor over there sang a duet at a recital, and it was very sad because it was her senior year and blah blah blah. But it's funny, it's sad actually now. She's in her house right over there. She doesn't have a job. She just hangs out at her house all day, and I'm here sitting in my house all day. There's one house between us. We grew up together, and we saw each other basically every day for like our whole lives, and now we're just sitting in our houses. I saw her once. I mean, I saw her yesterday and we talked for a few minutes. Just because she happened to be walking her dog when we came back. It's just sad how close we are, and it seems like our houses are miles apart. So who knows, maybe if we all lived in the same neighborhood, we wouldn't be seeing each other anyways. I don't know. What else? Oh, my poster! Hold on, it's back in its tube. It's tube. When we were in London, Joanna loved to say tube because that's the London transportation is the tube. But she loved to say it with a British accent, so it turns into tube. Joanna does an okay British accent. It gets kind of annoying, but you know, sisters, they do get annoying. So, ta-da! Here's the poster. 11 out of 11 doctors recommend time travel with a little TARDIS. It's very unique. I have not seen this poster before. And it's very, very nice. So thank you, Alexis, very much. I really, really like it. So, yes. The video vlog was going to be short, but, we all know how that goes. So about the Diamond Age, I'm now on page, not 56, I lost the page. I read to page 61 in my book, which I believe is, well, let's see, oh, it's not page 63, it is, the end of page 62. I read to the end of page 62, which is, just before the section called Hackworth compiles the Young Ladies Illustrated Primer and particulars of the underlying technology, and I numbered the chapters because Haley wanted me to number the chapters or go by chapter numbers. Does your version have numbers on the chapters? That would be nice, but mine does not, in either the PDF or the book. So, I read through chapter 12. I am on just starting chapter 13. I had a few things to say about that, I suppose. One thing I didn't say before was I love the paper technology. That's been invading my dreams. I had a dream where everything was quite normal and I was just reading the paper. I didn't even know it was a dream, as you sometimes don't when you're dreaming. But the pictures in the newspaper were moving. There were videos. And suddenly I felt like I had this huge lack of knowledge that I'd just been taking this technology for granted, and all of a sudden I was like, since when do we have videos on our newspapers? How does that even work? I'm so confused. I think that was a very short dream because that never got resolved. But anyway, I thought I thought that was interesting. Maybe someday we will have videos on our paper, but that's a very complicated technology, and it seems to be kind of interesting that they keep using paper when they could probably have like hologram, when they have stuff on their eyes. I mean, you can have lenses and stuff. Why do they use paper? But anyway, it's pretty cool. Oh no! Joanne, you ruined everything! Aww, go away and come back in 5 minutes, okay? Please! Yes, I'm trying to keep it short! Ugh! Anyway, but the paper folds itself, which is right back. Anyway, he told, in like the last chapter I read, he told the paper to fold, and it folded itself, which is hilarious because when Joanne's working at church, they have a paper folder which folds the paper in thirds. Obviously this is much more high-tech than that. I'm kind of glad that they hung on to paper just because it's nice, rather than like having iPads. Maybe it's just a really advanced iPad that can fold itself. Maybe that's how you need to think about it. I kind of mourned the loss of letters when Nell's older brother, Harv, just said that letters were small black things. What was the word for them? It's like hieroglyphs. Glyph, I don't know. There was some cool word. A couple other cool words that they're using are, Nell mentioned that she and her mom go with some other people to, see passives. And there are also ractives, and I like how he's not explaining the terminology and the way things are set up, and that we kind of have to discover that as we go along. But my hunch is that passives are movies and reactives are interactive games. However, no spoilers, but I saw, as I was numbering the chapters, there's such thing as a reactor, or reactor, and is that just a person who plays a game, or is it a person in a game? I mean, I don't even know that reactives are games. So, anyway, I think it would stand for interactive, but we will see as we go on. The downloading matter thing I thought was very cool. The little wedge and circle thing is very familiar to me as I try to download things on Chrome. And they're very slow. It's interesting how the Victorians are kind of going back to basics, sort of, where like real printed newspapers become more precious, I guess, and fabric is, I mean, the idea of threads making fabric. I don't really know how fabric is made though, because all the threads and I that's something I needed to look up. Maybe that's a place where my knowledge is lacking. But fabric is pretty cool, I suppose. But the matter compiler, I think that's pretty cool, and the thought of being able to throw stuff away without a landfill where the molecules just disappear. Anyway, I don't think it's that far off that we could be able to download matter. I mean, it kind of is, but I don't know. Cool ideas, these things. They mentioned the philosophy of makeup. I thought that was hilarious, but I guess I don't really have much to say on that. Just, is makeup supposed to hide your emotions or portray them? I think with the nanotechnology, you'd want the, makeup to pick up your emotions and then hide them. So, I don't know. But, the pollution that they got into at the end of chapter 12, I think it was, with the mites going to war and all the black smog stuff, to me that's just kind of very expensive pollution. All those little mites, I mean, it's kind of a wonder how they make, I mean, he kind of went into the technology of the glove and how you put atoms together and stuff, but I don't know, just that number of them, it's kind of amazing that that's not really expensive. I guess I'm just kind of rambling on now. I wonder what the Ashantis are. Since Bud died, they haven't mentioned those. Yes, hopefully you guys have read up to where I've read before watching this, so I didn't give you large spoilers. And, yeah, I look forward to reading more. And, I was gonna say, now you're probably not gonna see this, but, our video chat thing, I don't know when I'm going to be free on Sunday. I was supposed to ask my parents, but Joanna and I are going to see the producers sometime. I don't know, maybe we should call each other and figure out a time. Saturday works well for me. Saturday morning if I'm up. I don't know. Well, I'll call you guys and we'll work out a time to do the video chat. Yes, sorry this has been long, and signing off, I will see you guys soon. Yes, bye!